Hi, my name is Janet Leitner from Bellingham, Washington. My husband and I own and operate Boundary Bay Brewery. My questions and concerns today surround the contact tracing program that was announced. I'm curious who's going to enforce that regulation, and if the state may provide us with some money to help pay for the extra staffing that is going to be needed to obtain all this information. I fear that some of the information may not be true. Are people going to want to be traced? How are we going to know that that is their true identity? Will we need to have them provide ID? And I'm just really concerned about how to do that. In what is the best practice going to look like? Other thoughts are, would the state provide us with some sort of online program where if people are going to go to Boundary Bay to eat and dine, they're required to then just fill in that they dined at Boundary on an online form. I just am really concerned that it's going to be very, very difficult for us to operate the restaurant and provide that tracking information accurately and honestly for the state, and operate on the same margins that a restaurant usually does, which are really, really slim. So any help you can give us on that end, I really appreciate it. Thanks for your time. Bye.
All right, Representative Wilcox.
Well, I've got all those same questions. I didn't get a briefing on this from the governor's office, but I watched him carefully, with a little bit of a delay last night. And this morning I went to the Hospitality Association's website to see if they had any additional information, because I've been told that some of these were developed in cooperation with the Hospitality Association. They're going to have a web seminar tomorrow that I think is open to their members and maybe others as well. And I think that they'll be able to explain it well. They have the governor's proclamation that spells these things out on their website. Just a few thoughts that occur to me. There's a lot of potential patrons that I think are very concerned about getting on a list. And the consequences of being tested positive, I think, are really worrisome for some, which may get in the way of people actually accepting testing. I asked for a couple of clarifications via text to the governor's office yesterday and was told that the testing is not mandatory. Because people are so concerned about, sort of being involuntarily tested or involuntarily being on a list, I think if I were operating something that was like that, I would not want to have an online DOH thing that does sound like a government-run database. I think I would want to have a paper system that people can sign in. I did not find in the governor's proclamation any requirement that you verify the accuracy of information. It doesn't say anything about IDs, but I also heard from the governor's office that it is a work in progress. And so I think it may be that there are parts of this that are not quite determined at this point, but you're asking all the right questions. This is one where a trade association can really help.
All right, Representative Springer.
I would parrot what JT has said. I think this is a work in progress. I think the governor made it clear in his press conference when he rolled this out yesterday that they're really committed to privacy and maintaining your privacy. However, one of the discussions that we had just before coming on this program, I had a Zoom meeting with my recovery team from the House Democrats. And what was brought up there that we're going to take a look at is the degree to which we may need legislation to exempt the data that is collected as a result of contact tracing from the Public Records Act. That this is not a public record. It's a government gathered data point, which could be subject to public records requests. And so we want to make sure that we don't run afoul of that and that we protect people's identities and clearly health information. So all of a sudden it just got more complicated this morning than we even thought about. So yeah, we're working on it, and it's going to evolve over the next few days, I'm sure.